Hey you, yes you, do you use Betaflight? Are your quads squished X, stretched X, or even dead cat? Are you having any tuning issues with these frames? If so, Betaflight's got a great little option for you, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. What's going on, people? It's Aries. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button to this video and many others. Go back through and watch them all, only if you want to. That's your choice. Okay, so you've seen from the thumbnail today and the title, what we're going to be looking at is a custom MotorMix for those compressed X, stretched X, or dead cat style mini quads that you have. A lot of people tend to use the default configuration within Betaflight as a quad X setup, and what that means is that the motors are the exact same distance apart. The reason why I want to bring this up is that I fly varied styles of mini quads from dead cat, squished X and stretched X. I like to test out a whole load of flavors, and I find that using the quad X setup gives me a little bit of an issue when tuning those. So what I want to do is, talk you through how to set up a custom MotorMix in a couple of minutes, and we'll roll right into it right now. Okay, so with our quad on the bench, what we want to do is measure the distance between each motor using a steel ruler or a digital caliper or any accurate measuring device. It has to be in millimeters for the mixer calculator to work. So where we take our measurements is from the center of the nut on the top of the motor bell, and then we take the measurement to the next motor, write that down, and then do the same for all the other angles. And then once we have that information, we'll feed that into the mixer calculator and continue on from there. Okay, so now that we've got the measurements of our quad, we need to head over to the iforce2d.net website, where we will figure out our custom MotorMix using the calculator here. So you'll see the diagram on the left. It shows a pretty generic TrueX frame, but that doesn't reflect the dead cat that we're taking the measurements from. What I tend to do is select the ZMR 250 option here. That preloads values that it already knows about, and what we're going to do is look at these numbers here. The first two numbers represent the motors, so if we take the top row here, 1 and 2 is motors 1 to 2, and so on and so forth. So these values on the right hand side are the measurements in millimeters. Apologies for the noise in the background. One of my neighbours is having some work done, so yeah, just need to work through this. So without further ado, we'll start adding these values in. We know that it's 185 millimeters between motors 1 and 2, and you'll see the diagram change as I update these values. So between motors 1 and 3, we're looking at 238 millimeters, and motors 2 and 4 is 290 millimeters, and then we move into the diagonal axis in the center here. So we know that between motors 1 and 4 is 228 millimeters. It's going to be the same for motors 2 to 3. And there we have it. So we've got all our horizontal and vertical measurements in place. We've got a bit of a slouch on the left here. We'll fix that using these variables here. So we know that motors 2 to 4 are horizontal, 1 to 3 are horizontal, 1 to 2 is horizontal, but we don't know whether 3 to 4 is horizontal because the value isn't there. That's what we're going to do now. So we'll add 3 to 4, and we know that it's vertical. So that represents the shape of our dead cat quad. We've got all our values now to be able to generate our custom MotorMix. So scrolling down under the mixer commands drop down box, we need to select a clean flight from 1.10 onwards selection. This will then generate our custom motor mix for Betaflight. What I tend to do here is copy that, highlight and copy those values and enter those into Betaflight, which we will do right about now. Okay, once we've connected our USB cable to our flight controller, quad and computer, we get Betaflight fired up, make sure the correct COM port's set up and click on connect. You'll see the little diagram of our quad in its current form. If I move it around, you'll see that it's, you know, moving in the correct way. Go into the configuration tab on the left, under the mixer we've got selected quad X. Now for the quad that I'm doing this for, the dead cat style frame, there isn't an option here, so we need to select a custom quad mix, but we'll do that in the CLI. So select the CLI, and because we previously copied the motor mix, what we need to do is then paste that into there and hit enter, and you'll see the custom motor mix is taken and configured itself. And in order to save that, we type in save and hit enter, and that saves our configuration. So now we need to validate that by going back into the configurator, and look, our little quad's disappeared and we now have a block because there isn't a quad diagram for this because it's custom. So select the configuration tab and we can see that we have got the custom mixer selected, and yeah, that'll have your flight controller set up correctly for when you start tuning your quad, and hopefully you shouldn't have any issues. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button if you liked the video, and yeah, have a great day, happy flying.